Hello everybody, today I am going to be talking about life, aka wing liner. So I know how infuriating wing liner can be, which tends to make people give up, but what's really cool about it is that you can put it on and then you can just take it off at the end of the day and then put it on again, take it off, put it on again, and keep practicing. That's pretty much what's gonna make the application process go easier. So depending on the preference, people like to use liquid liner, they could use a pencil liner, they could use a gel. I've tried all three of those and I tend to just go for the gel more because I feel like I have more precision and I can handle the brush a little better, if that makes any sense. I feel like the liquid liner can tend to be a little bit like, if you are a little shaky, it can just like flick away, but it is nice. I do like the liquid liner, but I just prefer to do the gel. It really does not matter which one you do. It all is the same. It's all liner. Pencils, the only thing about them that I don't like applying wing liner with because they don't really give you that sharpness. I feel like a liquid or a gel will give you that sharpness if you want it. Another thing to take in consideration is the shape of your eye. I know I'm really close right now. I'm pretty uncomfortable, but whatever. It's the shape of your eye. So I have more circular eyes. So what I want to do is do a thin liner towards my lid and then thicken it out towards the end. The reason for that is because I am missing the shape of an almond towards the end of my eye. I want to close that up a little more. If you have almond shaped eyes, you're missing the roundness. So what you want to do is apply thicker liner on your lid right over here. And if you have more of like droopy eyes or droopy hooded eyes, you can either do a thick liner or you can do like a thick liner all over, or you can do a thick liner towards the end. It really doesn't, it does matter for the shape of your eye, but the outcome is to have the same thing, is for the liner to look like it's just your eyes closing up at the end and to give you that fierce look. Rawr. So if you have almond shaped eyes, you're missing the roundness of the eyes. So you want to create a thicker line on your lid. You don't want it to look like a tabletop line. You want it to actually be circular. And then you can sort of thin it out towards the end. It's not necessary for everyone to have a wing. If you already have that shape of that wing on your eyes, you don't really need it. But anyways, if you have hooded eyes, you can, I like to tend to go outwards for hooded eyes simply because it doesn't clash with the hood of the eye, because you can do a wing liner and look down and it's very nice and it's very even, but once you go and you look up, it's like cut off from like your hood and then your actual like where your eyelid is at. So for hooded eyes, I'll definitely go a little like straight outwards, but I'm gonna stop talking your ear off and get started. Okay, so I'm using the brush, the Zoeva 317 wing liner brush. It really does not matter which brush you use, as long as it is like an angled brush, something like this. You can get one at the art store. It really does not matter. It doesn't have to be a certain brand or anything. So what I'm gonna do is dip my brush in my gel like that, and then I'm gonna glide it from side to side. The reason for that is because I don't want any fray hairs. So it's very thin, as you can see. That's gonna help make it easier once I go to apply that liner so the frays won't like go all over. So I'm going to start on my lid. I like to start on my lid and then I'll sort of wing it out. That way I have the shape already there. All right, so I'm gonna start in the middle. Like that. And I like to tap it first. And it is okay to mess up. So if you mess up, do not hesitate and like go grab a paper towel and try to erase it. It'll all blend out at the end. Some people like to rest their hands on something or their elbows on like a table. It really doesn't matter as long as you feel comfortable when you're doing it. So as you can see, I kind of already have just a thin line there, and then it's not perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect, but I can go back and fix it if I want. So the moral of doing wing eyeliner is to try to align it with your bottom lash line. So any liner you do, you want it to pop out, and this is with any eye. With any eye, you want to always follow your actual eye shape. So from there, I'm going to angle it right underneath, and that's where I want my line to be. And it's a lot easier to do it that way because you can sort of copy it very easily on the other side. I'm going to grab my brush, the pointier part is this way. I like to flick it up. People can do it that way. I find it easier to have that pointy part here. So when I do flick it up, it's just very nice and clean. I'm going to just align it there and then flick upwards. Now the pressure that you are applying, I'm literally barely touching my face. You don't want to jam it in there. And then as you can see where I'm holding the brush, I'm not holding it all the way up here. If I do that, it's gonna apply way too much pressure. So what you want to do is hold it afar like this. So I'm gonna dip it again in here because I have literally nothing on my brush anymore. And then I'm gonna glide it so it's very thin. So I have that line right there. Now that's all I care about right now. As long as you have that line down, that's fine. And then if you want, you can go on the other side, create that line. That way it's, you know exactly where, because once you do it the first time, you can, and then you go to repeat it on the other eye as fast as you can. It tends to be easier. Anyways, back to the liner. So I have that line drawn right there. So what you want to do is not grab it from all the way at the tip, but a little bit before then. And then you want to create that tip of the triangle. Like that. Okay? So that's all you have to worry about. And remember, this is an everyday eye. I'm not doing something very dramatic. This is something anyone and everyone can do. Okay, so I have that there. So what I'm going to do is connect this to the rest of the liner. And then some people, they like to apply the false lashes on top. You can do that. Sometimes you'll probably have to do a thicker line just because the band of the lash can overpower the way the black eyeliner looks, and you might need to add just a little bit more. And now I can already tell that my brush is starting to get very hard, because that's the only downside of gel liner. The brush does get a little hard if you don't work quick with it, but you know, it's worth it. I'm just going over the line that I already have just to clean it up. But I already have my line there. This is all I need, really. But do you see how it's already elongating the way my eye looks? And that's what you want. You essentially want it to make your eyes look like they're completed at the end. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this video, and I will see you soon. Bye. Anyways, I'm gonna, real quick, just real quick. I mean, who doesn't want a little highlight? Bam! Ooh, girl.